and welcome back to my channel. My name is Dokozo. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you haven't already, please remember to subscribe, click on the notification bell so that you can get notified every time I post. You can also follow me on my social media platforms at Dokozo_Doxy. Today is my first ever chit-chat get ready with me. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just getting ready to film a different video, and I thought, why not chat? Why not do a young, New Year chat? Start new things. Hopefully, if you do enjoy it, I will be doing more. So yeah, let's not waste any more time. Let's get into it. So I'm gonna be doing my makeup while I chat, so my focus might not be there. It might be me looking for something, or also checking if my phone wants to participate, because sometimes it betrays me, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. So this chit chat get ready with me is basically about the new year's resolutions, the goals that we set for New Year's, and yeah, all of that, vision boards, all that good stuff. I started doing a vision board last year. It was my first time doing a vision board, and I saw it. I can't remember who I saw it from, but before, I never used to do a vision board. I used to write like my goals down, like what I wanted to do for the year. The previous year is when I started. Before, I just let whatever happens happen. But I started writing my goals down, and then I saw someone talking about a vision board and how it helped them kind of like, direct their actions more towards their goals, because you can see it. I don't know, the picture thing makes more sense. And I was like, you know what, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. I mean, the words thing was also fine, but that makes sense. And so yeah, I did my first vision board last day. It was a digital vision board, which is now a thing I do. It's a digital, I do it on Canva. I do my vision board on Canva, and then I use it as a wallpaper on my phone. So, and it worked, okay, because I think I probably did my vision board in like March. I didn't really do it at the beginning. Yeah, there was a lot going on. I think I did it in like March, but I was like, okay, I need to set down my goals. I can't just be thinking about them. I need to actually see them on paper. That way, I can actually keep track of what I'm doing, what I want to do, what I want to happen, and stuff like that. So that's why I did a vision board last year, and it was actually really fun. Like, doing the vision board was fun. Like, doing the things on the vision board was also fun, but so I did my vision board, and a lot of the things on my vision board that happened. Some of the things didn't happen. So my vision board from last year, my vision board from this year are very, very similar. Like, there's a few things that I added. I don't think I took anything away from last year's vision board, because I think last year was my year of, starting. So it was just the year of just beginning the thing. I mean, starting this channel, starting a new job, starting like being more intentional about saving and investing. I mean, that did not go very well, but I started, which is what matters. And so that was what was happening last year, I mean. And then this year, I just decided to build on that. So that's why my vision boards are basically the same. So this year, I said, you know what, this year is the year to building on it. We're growing more in whatever the goals were, growing more in them. We're doing what needs to be done. But I also realized that there's so much anxiety, there's so much pressure to have something going, to have some kind of big goals. It was just that kind of pressure of like, oh my gosh, are the things I'm aiming for even like good? And also, I think when you are looking at when you're reflecting on your year, you kind of feel that then like I didn't really do anything. There's just that anxiety around it. So I just told myself that, you know what? Be proud of what you've done. Be proud of the work you've done. And set goals that work for you, you know? You don't have to look at someone else's. I'm taking so long with these brows. Let me just do my brows because I'm taking so long. This year was a little bit different with the vision board. I wasn't not as excited, but I was pretty anxious about it. There was a lot of listening to people's opinions, listening to people's way of doing things that made me like feel like, oh my gosh, am I doing the right things? Am I aiming for the right things? Is my focus in the right place? And all of that. So yeah, this year was very, very different. But with last year's goals, I realized that I did two things. One, I did the vision board right, and I did the digital vision board. I put it on my wallpaper, and then I also wrote like specific things down. And so obviously you have, you know, the vision board with the picture, and then you have the words, and I made it, and I decided to make it a little more palatable for myself. So I didn't want to feel like I was aiming for something that at the end of the day, I'm just going to feel bad about not doing it or not achieving it. So what I did is I made it smaller. So I gave it like bite-sized goals. So I was a little bit more specific in my list, like maybe I wish I'd taken the list so I can look at it. But for example, if you wanted like 10 cows by the end of the year, you do smaller goals. So you have your 10 cows on your vision board, and then in your journal or wherever like you want to put it. Mine was inside my cupboard, like on the cupboard door. This year it's on my journal. You'll write down like the specifics of it. Okay, like I want 10 cows. Okay, by the end of January I must have, you know, done all the research regarding to the type of cow I want, the prices of the cows, the different suppliers of the cows, like that. And by March I must have done XYZ, or I must have raised however much money and whatever. That allowed me to actually check in a little more frequently, because I knew, okay, you know, now it's March. Have I raised the money for the cows? This is just an example. I don't actually want 10 cows. I mean, what am I going to do with the cows? Where they're going to stay? Questions. So yeah, that was the deal with that. So that's how I did last year. And I just reminded myself of that this year, that, you know what? Make it smaller. Make it more palatable. No, you want to build on it. So obviously this year things are bigger. It's the same but on a much larger scale, but still make it palatable. Give yourself a timeline, give yourself a measurement to say, okay, by this time I must have done XYZ. As I said, last year was the year of beginnings, like starting this channel was probably like the thing that I was procrastinating for a very long time. For a very, very long time, I was procrastinating starting this channel because I did not want to do a channel about makeup. But it was kind of like, girl, that's what you know, that's what you love. Like, why wouldn't you want to do it? I think the fact that it's so saturated, like there's so many people already doing it, was giving me just no vibes. So yeah, when you are entering any space that is like where people have achieved so much, and you know, people are doing a lot of it, it's a bit daunting. It's really, really daunting because you're like, what am I going to bring that's different, you know? What am I going to do? And you have all these insecurities like, you know, my videos are not good as so and so, but so and so has been doing this for so long. Like, so and so did not start where they are, so and so built. So that's the first thing that has to happen. I had to let go of the idea of perfection, and I think that's probably the one thing that stops a lot of people from achieving their goals, is that you have this idea that this thing needs to be perfect, this thing needs to look a certain way, and we forget that we are people that are learning and growing. Like, you're gonna grow in the space, you're gonna learn in the space, so you need to let go of the idea of perfection. Okay, you need to let go of that idea, and that's one thing that I had to do. Also, because I am a thinker, I think about things. I plan and think and all kinds of things, to the extent of just, what is that thing called? There's such a thing as planning paralysis, something along those lines. But you plan something so much that you actually can't even take action, because if something goes against your plan, you will suffer. Or you've planned it so much, basically you've planned it so much that you've thought yourself into failure. Like, you've already decided, yo, this thing is not good enough. But you just need to plunge into action. And that's what I learned last year, is that I need to plunge into action. That's what I need to do. Don't even think, is this a good idea? Like, what do you want to do? Do it. Like, that's how I'm living right now. Just, what do you want to do? Do it. There's obviously needs to be a balance. Like, you can't just be doing everything. But this thing of thinking, okay, oh my gosh, like, is it going to turn out right? Is it going to be this? Is it going to be that? No, we're done with that. If something is good, we're doing it, okay? We're not going to think ourselves into failure, if you understand what I'm saying. The other thing that I learned is I need to give myself a timeline. Like I said, making my goals a little bit more palatable, a little bit more, making them smaller. So putting a timeline into it, it helps a lot. That helped me a lot, because you're then able to check in more frequently. I know people who do their timelines in like 6-month periods, their vision boards, in like 6-month periods. They don't do the whole annual vision board. But maybe every 3-6 months they sit down, look at their goals, look at their work. So yes, adding a timeline allows you to like check in more frequently. It actually redirects your steps. If you see that, okay, I'm not achieving this thing by doing what I'm doing, or I'm not achieving this thing yet, what am I doing? What am I supposed to be doing? More frequently, rather than at the end of the year, you're like, oh my gosh, I don't have my 10 cows. Like, I didn't do anything towards my 10 cows. Whereas if you put a timeline to it, you can, at the end of the year, be like, okay, I might not have my 10 cows, but I took so many steps. I'm so much closer to the 10 cows. Maybe I can get it the following year, you know? And yeah, I think it's less daunting. Like, at the end year thing, it's not even end year, the anxiety around the end of the year is a little bit less. The other thing that I did last year was having an accountability partner. Even like, they might not have known that they're my accountability partners, but just telling people close to you about your plans. Like, if you have a good community around you, you can let them know that, you know what, guys, this is what I want to achieve. And one, you have people that will remind you whenever you're slipping, or they see you're no longer in that frame of mind. They can redirect you. They can help motivate you to say, hey, man, you said you were going to do this thing. What's happening? Where are you at? And if you're frustrated or you have something, at least, you have people you can talk to about it and say, you know what? So far, this is what I've done. This is how it's going. And it helps having a community, having a support system, having people to, bounce ideas off of, people to hold you accountable, people to motivate you. So that is another thing that I did. And that was interesting. Like the people I told, I'm using my channel as like the main thing because that was the main thing. But the people that I told I'm starting a channel, they didn't let it go, okay? Like they did not let me breathe until I started the channel. And the people in your circle who will not let you breathe until you do the thing you said you were going to do. You said you were going to do something. Where is it? Where is it? My phone is trying to give up on me, and I'm not going to let it because we have another video to film, babes. Get it together. The last thing that I did differently last year, I'm still going to do this year, is taking steps, okay? It might be really, really daunting to actually first take that first step, but I promise you, once you do it, sorry, I just want to adjust this, babes. Once you do it, you really realize that it's not that bad. Like, you made it so much worse in your head. You made it so much more difficult, probably, in your head. Like, it's not that bad. The only thing that's probably a little bit difficult is like staying the course and reminding yourself, and like motivating yourself to keep going, okay? That's why you need like a very good why, because it's all well and good to say, okay, this is what I want to achieve, but why do you want to do that? Why do you want to achieve that? That's the thing that's going to keep you going. When you're not getting the results you want, you have your why to say, okay, this is my intention, and this, so I'm gonna stay the course. I'm gonna get to that point. I'm gonna keep showing up for my why. Your why is very important. You take the step. Your why is very important in ensuring that you stay the course, okay? And once you take the step, guys, you learn so much more than just thinking of it in your head. Like, the action will teach you. You'll learn about yourself. You'll learn about whatever you're trying to do. You'll learn so much more by doing the thing. If you're just still sitting and thinking and researching and like, don't get me wrong, having information is good. Like, it's great. Not against having information. I am an information getter. If that's a thing. I will watch like 50 videos on something. Just be like, that's dope, I guess. But the actual action, doing it, is so much better. Like, it's so different. Like, that's the same thing I always say to you guys with my makeup tutorials and makeup tips is, you need to try it. Yeah, you can't just be watching me and watching whoever for however long, You have to practice the thing. You have to do the thing to get better at the thing, to learn from the thing, And that's, I think, what last year was about. It was about learning, growing, starting. This year is still about learning, because we are forever learning. You're never too old to learn. And also, as well as building, okay? We're building more on what we started. We're doing what needs to be done, okay? Started something, now we're building it, you know, laying the bricks, doing the good works, being effective in what we do. Yeah. And yeah, I hope that, you know, now that it's, you know, it's the middle of January, the New Year rush is over, you can, you know, take time out and just reflect on what you want to do. You don't have to do like a vision board. There's so many videos on actually how to do a vision board, so you can take one of those or do it however you want to do it. Do a vision board or write down your goals. You know, just know, have a direction in life. Don't let life happen to you, because that thing, it's not nice when life is just happening to you and you feel like you have no control. But yes, I'm gonna finish the rest of my makeup off camera, then I'll be right back. I do hope that this video was helpful and it inspired you in some way. It just came to me as I was about to do my face, so it might have been a little bit all over the place, but I do hope that you find some value in it and you go out there and do what needs to be done. I'm gonna leave this with saying that this year we are smashing our goals. We are going after them head first, okay? Like, we are doing the most. Right, so just remember to take it easy on yourself, okay? You don't have to achieve everything all at once. Truly and honestly, you are capable and you can do this, okay? I'm also going to leave you with my verse for the year. Every year I have a verse that, yeah, carries me through the year. This year it's Matthew 5 verse 14 to 16. It says that you are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. Let your light shine before others. Do not hide yourself. You are incredible and you're doing a great job. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below. Let me know if you've made any New Year's resolutions or you have set your goals for the year, and you can also share it with others. Thank you so much for watching.